Hello YouTubers, this is the noobifier. What we're gonna do right now is a one take. It's just you and me and my phone. If you want your phone to sound like a studio, search for an MV88. It's a microphone made by Shure. What I wanted to do today is talk about Star Wars Squadrons. It's a new EA game on the Frostbite engine coming out on the 2nd of October. It's the natural successor to X-Wing vs TIE Fighter, but it's a first-person sim with HOTAS and VR support. Sim might be an exaggeration. It looks a little bit arcadey. If you remember X-Wing vs TIE Fighter, you're going to remember a very simple game with a progressing mission and a story similar to Wing Commander, but of course, there's some real history there for me because I played both a bunch. So this is a bit of a blast from the past. It's somewhat what drew me into Star Citizen. I figured that there were others like me that might be interested in what I'm doing, so there's going to be a little bit more detail. I will do a more detailed video in the future about the game and the setup, but today I basically got excited because I started to build for it. I didn't actually plan to do a back-to-back Monster Tech video, but that's just how it worked out. And this is still a Star Citizen channel, but there may be some content peppered in between about Squadrons, as we're all basically nerds and sci-fi fans. Squadrons will let you fly either side with fighters, bombers, support, and interceptors. It's a single-player campaign, it has multiplayer fights, and an unlock tree without microtransactions, which is pretty cool for an EA game. All of that sounds very interesting for me. First world problems first. The MTX base that I have is set up for a car, and it took a lot of time for me to adjust the wheel position, the pedals, the shifters, and the e-brakes, and to get all that perfect, I didn't want to take it apart. So it sounds very stupid, but it was very easy for me just to purchase a second rig. This new rig has a center-mounted CM2 gimbal by Virpil, a Warbird grip, it's going to have a CM2 throttle, and the Warbird pedals. VR setup doesn't care where the seat is because you can just hit center to recalibrate your position. This lets me have both rigs in the same room, and I can just pick up the index headset and use it on the second sim pit. The plan is to put the second one on wheels so it can be moved around. I'm going to be using a Mod Mic wireless on the headset to have Discord and VoIP support, and I'm expecting this to be as good of a VR game as Half-Life Alyx. I'm taking all of the spare parts that I have and trying to make the perfect sim pit for Squadrons. I want to have keyboard and mouse support so that I can play with the menus. It's important to have a monitor somewhere so you don't have to launch directly into VR desktop. I might use a center MFD and a small monitor directly on the sim pit, or I may end up using one of the larger TVs on the wall. I plan to add a stream deck to control volume, start, stop for recording, quick launch for the game, and of course you need a button to center the headset and other functions. It's not Star Citizen, so I don't think we're going to need as many key bindings, but in VR it's harder to use keys, so I may just use voice attack. And I feel that gives you a really clear idea what I'm trying to do. Again, this is just a preliminary video, just to see how much interest there is. The timing of this video is actually pretty funny, because 3.10 just dropped to live. It's been in PTU for so long, I feel like you guys are probably already gibbing for patch 3.11, but don't worry, there will be more videos in the near future about 3.10, and I really want to hear comments in the comments about this new Squadron game. If you have it, if you plan to get it, if you're planning to play it, if you're planning to play it on a monitor or VR, what kind of controls you have, and all of that good stuff. So, I hope you're as excited about Squadrons as I am. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.